What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top experience. Right now, I'm just going to real quick run through the patch notes as it pertains to Mundo. I know that... What's up, everybody? What's going on? Mundo Top here. I'm going to run over the patch notes real quick as they pertain to Mundo, because not all of it is really relevant to Mundo, especially in the top lane. So I'll just go ahead and skip to the stuff. So, for the new Noxus Rift, Atakan is a new jungle monster. It'll either spawn bot side or top side, depending on which one has had more bloodshed. Since Mundo is pretty passive, usually Atakan is going to be spawning bot lane, I predict. But every once in a while, if you're snowballing or if the enemy has been killing you a lot top side, Atakan will spawn in the top lane, and then that's kind of a jungle monster that you're going to have to keep track of, because if it's Voracious Atakan, which I believe is the red one, there's a red one and a black one, or I don't know which color it is, but Voracious Atakan gives you 40 bonus gold on kills and assists for the rest of the game, and you get a one-time respawn death negation thing where instead of dying, you respawn in your base. For Mundo, nothing really specific for Mundo here. Ruinous Atakan, which is the other one, if your team kills that one, then you get 25% monster rewards for the rest of the game. So Baron, Dragon, stuff like that. Also, both Atakans leave blood roses and petals around the map. If you kill a blood rose, you can attack it and then pick up the petals. Then it grants everybody on your team XP and Adaptive Force. Adaptive Force means either AD or ability power. AD or AP, depending on which one your champion gets more, So if you're playing Lux, then you'll get ability power. If you're playing Darius, then you'll get attack damage. It gives everybody on your team those buffs. Nexus turrets respawn, cool. Feats of strength, definitely the... it's looking like, so let's see, the Mercury Treads upgrade gives you a magic shield and extra magic resistance. The armor ones give you a physical shield and extra armor. The only other option I can really see Mundo players going is boosts of swiftness. This increases total move speed, multiplying all forms of move speed. So it's really good with magical boots, because magical boots automatically gives you a little bit of extra bonus move speed, which means that that'll be, so the extra bonus move speed will be added, the high move speed of the boots, plus the boots also gives bonus move speed, plus that's not how it's gonna work. Start it over. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top experience. We've got... Yo, Jones Bones! What's up, buddy? I'm just recording a quick video, and this is the easiest way to do it is on stream. Anyway, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm going to go over the new Season 15 Noxus-themed 2025 patch notes as it pertains specifically to Dr. Mundo. Not everything here is going to be relevant for Mundo players. So just to make it more digestible for you guys, I was going to go down specifically the things Mundo needs to worry about. Atakan. Atakan is a new jungle monster. It spawns either bot side or top side, depending on which one has had more bloodshed. So since we're playing Mundo, who's a pretty passive character, it's usually going to spawn bot side. But if you can, you know, get a few kills, or you're really getting smashed in lane, maybe it'll spawn topside, and then that's a jungle monster you have to worry about. Voracious, one of them is red, one of them is black. I don't know which one is which. Voracious Atakan gives everybody on your team 40 bonus gold on kills and assists, and a one-time death mitigation effect, which means a revive. So you die, but instead of giving your opponent 300 gold, you only give them 100 gold, and then you respawn at your base. So, you know, there you go, Guardian Angel type thing, except you respawn at base. Ruinous Atakan, which is the other one, your whole team receives 25% boosted epic monster buffs. This means Dragon and Baron and Rift Herald. I think that's it. And that's pretty big, you know, extra 25% bonus dragon buff. Really, really nice. Both Atakans are going to cause blood roses to appear around the rift. You can attack these blood roses. They'll drop blood petals. And if you pick up a petal, everybody on your team gets 25 XP. And 1 adaptive force, which means AD or AP, depending on what's most relevant for that champion. So your team gets more damage and more XP as you pick up blood roses. Nexus turrets are going to respawn. We've got the feats of strength, which is where between first blood, first tower, and first... Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. First blood, first turret, or the first to kill 3 epic monsters. If you can get all 3... Oh, no. Whichever team first completes 2 of those 3 feats of strength. You get your boots upgraded. For the armor boots, it gives you extra armor. Magic resist boots gives you extra magic resist. For the boots of swiftness, gives you extra move speed. Easy, classic. Then you can get tier 3. The armor ones gives you even more armor and a physical shield. The magic resist ones give you more magic resist and a magic shield. And the boots of swiftness increase your total move speed by 4%. After everything is said and done, which is pretty good, especially because the magical footwear that Mundo can take in his runes gives you already a bonus little move speed buff on whatever boots you build out of the magical footwear. Since this is afterwards multiplicative, this 4% is going to apply to the boots of swiftness speed that it comes with. It's going to apply to the bonus magical footwear speed. It's going to apply to Dead Man's Plate if you have that. It's going to apply to approach velocity from throwing your cleavers, ghost, all of that good stuff. So Swifty boots are going to be really, really fast if you can get the tier 3 version. The lane minions have been changed so that they're going to die much, much earlier. They want to make it so that early game is a little bit easier it's a little more difficult for people to snowball. You know, you don't want people to Mundo kind of gets bullied in lane a little bit, and this says that it slows down the minions, that it's like, so let's say they clear each other out more quickly, and the size that reaches a turret will be smaller. Yeah. Cool. So I think this is a buff to Mundo, honestly. I'm gonna re-record one more time here. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top experience. Right now, I'm gonna run over the patch notes real quick. I just wanted to make a short, 1 minute, 2 minute, easily digestible video for Dr. Mundo mains specifically when it comes to the brand new Season 15 2025 Noxus patch, the brand new patch, the new season that has just come out. So when it comes to Mundo specifically, first things first, Atakan, a new jungle monster that's going to appear on the top or the bottom side of the map. Since Mundo is a pretty passive character, usually you'll find Atakan spawning on the bottom side of the map. But, occasionally it'll spawn on the top side, so you got to be ready to contest it just as you would any other jungle monster, which means you got to get lane priority. You got to push lane. You have to, be ready to help your team, because Voracious Atakan gives you bonus gold on takedown and a one-time death mitigation effect, which means you respawn in your base. So pretty good. Ruinous Atakan, which is the other one, it buffs all of your epic monster buffs by 25%. So Dragon, Baron, Rift Herald, all of that gets buffed by 25%. So Ruinous Atakan gives you extra dragon buff, basically. Voracious Atakan gives you a one-time respawn in base for free. Both Atakans are going to be dropping Blood Roses and Petals around the Rift. If you attack Blood Roses, they'll drop Petals. If you pick up the Petals, it gives your whole team XP and Adaptive Force. Adaptive Force just means for a champion who utilizes mostly AD, they'll get AD from Adaptive Force. From a champion that utilizes AP, they'll get Ability Power from Adaptive Force. Yeah, Feats of Strength. So this is the Tier 3 boots. We'll have to see how it works out. But basically for Feats of Strength, there's 3 objectives. There's First Blood, there's First Turret, and then there's first to kill 3 epic monsters. So Dragon, Baron, or Rift Herald. If anybody can get 2 of those 3 feats, First Blood, First Turret, 3 epic monster kills. The first team to get 2 of those 3 requirements gets their boots upgraded. Armor boots get 5 extra armor. Magic Resist boots gets 5 extra magic resist. Swifty boots get 5 extra move speed. And it allows you to get a tier 3 boots later on in the game once you have 2 legendary items completed. And armor boots gives you a physical shield. Magic resist boots gives you a magical shield. Swiftness boots increases your total move speed by 4%, multiplying all other forms of move speed. So this works on the high move speed that Swiftness boots already gives you. This works on the extra move speed that slightly magical footwear gives you from your runes. This will also multiply, increasing the move speed of approach velocity, which Mundo builds in his runes. Increases the move speed of Ghost. It increases the move speed of Dead Man's Plate if you have that. Basically, Swift boots are going to make you much, much, much faster. I assume they also buff your ultimate move speed too. They better. Teleport is getting a huge... anyway, those boots, I'm not sure if they're a nerf or a buff. We'll kind of have to see. Since Mundo's pretty passive, it seems like he's not really going to be getting, First Blood and First Tower a lot. So it's possible that it's a nerf to more passive champions. So we'll have to see. Teleport is getting a huge nerf. After the channel, now, instead of appearing at the location, after the channel, you now will start flying from your current location as an orb to the other location. So instead of teleport taking 4 seconds, it's now going to take like um, 7 or 8 or 9 seconds, something like that. So huge nerf, huge nerf. I suspect that some Mundo players are going to try Flash Ghost. They're going to try Ghost Ignite. I think that if you want to go more aggressive, that those will work. I don't know. Teleport's just so good though. So yeah. I'd say I personally am going to be going Flash Ghost, I think. Or maybe I'll try Ghost Ignite. But it's possible that in a few weeks we land on Teleport. Lane minions. So they're making it so that fewer minions reach the towers whenever a wave gets crashed. And it should hopefully help mitigate a big disadvantage in lane. So if you're a Mundo and you're playing against a champion who counters you, like Fiora or Aatrox, now hopefully it should be less punishing in the early games. So I would say that this is a buff to Mundo. It says the waves will clear each other out more quickly. But I think when it comes to the champion killing the wave, it'll be approximately similar. All right, now here we go. Item specific. Huge changes for Mundo, huge nerfs to Mundo. So Heartsteel is getting changed. This is Mundo's, pick one, first build every single game. That's what it's been for like the last 2 seasons, last season. So Heartsteel, it is getting reduced bonus HP. So it changes from 12% bonus health from items to 3% of max health. So actually might be good. Probably gonna do this one more time. So Unending Despair, which was pick 2 always. Now 3% bonus health plus 8 to 15. They're nerfing the HP, nerfing the armor. Ooh, giving it magic resist. I see. Should start on these actually. So I'll start here. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I just wanted to run over the Season 15, Season 2025, Noxus, the new patch that just came out today. It is filled with a ton of new stuff, so I just wanted to make an accessible video that can cover everything in a Mundo-specific context. There we go, I'll do that. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another... What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I just really quickly wanted to run over the Season 15, Season 2025 patch that just came out. A lot of stuff has changed, and not all of it is relevant to Mundo, so I just wanted to make a quick, easily digestible video covering the most important aspects of the new Noxus themed season that has just come out. I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting, theory crafting, so you're going to see me in the Mundo Discord, the Mundo subreddit. You're going to see me on the Rift. I'm going to be I'm going to be trying to figure out that next build for Mundo. So, Heartsteel. So this is Mundo's core item. It is changing from, the damage is changing from 12% bonus health from items. So if you have a Warmogs, that's plus 1,000. If you have Dorans, that's what, plus 200 or something like that. So that's, that's 150. So if you have like, you know, 1,150 HP, 12% of that, we'll say 1,000, 12% of that would be 120 damage. This is 3% of maximum health. So if you naturally have a lot of health, it's going to be better for you. So champions like Scion or Cho'Gath, who build max HP over time with their kit. Does Mundo do that? He gains max HP on his ult, but I think that's the only thing that increases his HP without items. So this is going to be less damage, I believe. 3% of maximum health. So if your health is 3,000, then this would be 100 damage. So if your health is 3,000, this is 100 damage. If your health is 3,000 and 1,000 of that is from items, then this would be 120 damage plus 80, and this would be 100 plus 70, so a little less damage. The health that it gives you, it says 12% got changed to 10% of damage dealt by colossal consumption is gained as maximum health. Mundo's going to be doing a little bit less damage. I still think this is a core item for Mundo. Definitely. All right, I'm going to restart. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I just wanted to do a quick rundown of the Season 15, Season 2025 patch that just dropped yesterday. I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting on Summoner's Rift. In Practice Tool, I'm going to be working on item builds. I'm going to be posting in the subreddit and on the Discord channel for Dr. Mundo mains, so make sure that you check those out. But I just wanted to make a short, easily digestible video that goes over the changes that will specifically buff or nerf our champion, Dr. Mundo. So first things first, the item changes. Heartsteel, it's getting a nerf. So it's going from dealing 12% bonus health from items. So if you have a Warmogs, which gives you 1,000 HP, then the damage on the Heartsteel proc, 12% of 1,000 is 120. But they're changing it to 3% of max health. So if you have 3,000 HP, regardless of where it comes from, 3,000 HP, 3% of 3,000 HP is 100 damage. So it's basically going from 120 damage to 100 damage. So it's a little bit less damage for Mundo. Still going to be a core item because Mundo's kit stacks around health. You know, Unending Despair got absolutely gutted. 60 armor to 25. It's no longer an armor rush item for Mundo. 400 health to 350. Magic resist. It's gaining magic resist. So now it's going to have armor and magic resist and health and this kind of damage over time to people around you and healing. We'll have to see how it works out. I would imagine that this does not grant enough HP for us to build it. I think that now we're going to be doing Warmogs, Titanic, Randuins, stuff that gives a little bit more HP. Warmog's it's been changed. Bonus move speed 4% to 0. I didn't even know it had move speed, but now we don't have move speed. You need 2,000 health to get the Warmog's passive now instead of 1,500. 1,500 bonus health. You now need 2,000 bonus health. That's a huge nerf for Warmog's early. So you could still build Warmog's late. Yeah, and then changed from 6 seconds to 8 seconds before the passive procs. And it was regenerating 2.5 max health every half second, which means 5 HP every second, 5% HP every second. This one, but now it regenerates 3% HP every second. So it went from 5% to 3%. So huge nerf. and it went from starting after 6 seconds to starting after 8 seconds. Huge nerf. Warmogs, done. I don't think I'm ever going to build Warmogs until they buff it again. It is just so bad. Yeah. Okay, next. The new jungle monster, Atakan. It's going to spawn on the top or the bottom side of the map, depending on which one has had more bloodshed. I suspect in most Mundo top games, it's going to spawn in the bot lane because we play pretty passively in the top lane because Mundo's a scaler. But sometimes it'll spawn topside, and then you'll have to work with your team to make sure that you can focus on an additional jungle monster. Voracious Atakan. Killing this grants your whole team a one-time death mitigation, which means you respawn at your base. So Voracious Atakan gives you an extra spawn at your base. Ruinous Atakan gives you 25% bonus to all of your epic monster buffs. So Dragon, Baron, Rift. So Voracious Atakan gives you a free respawn type thing where you respawn at base. Ruinous Atakan gives you extra dragon buff and extra baron buff, basically. Both Atakans will be dropping blood roses and petals around the rift. If you attack the blood roses, then they drop blood petals, and if you pick up the petals, it grants everybody on your team a tiny bit of XP and a tiny bit of adaptive force. And adaptive force turns into attack damage or ability power depending on which one is most relevant to your champion. So your whole team gets all that stuff. So it's a full team buff, regardless of which Atakan, easy peasy. Feats of strength. So these are the extra boots. So as you could expect, the buffed boots that Mundo will give him, armor boots give you more armor. Magic resist boots gives you more magic resist. Swifty boots gives you more speed if you get the special upgraded version. In order to get this version, your team needs to complete 2 of 3 objectives. 2 of 3. The first team to complete 2 of the following 3 objectives. First blood, first turret, 3 epic monster kills. So if your team can get first blood, first turret, 3 epic monster kills, if your team can get 2 of those before the other team, then you get the extra buff boots. Mundo plays pretty passive, so it's not likely we'll be getting first blood, not likely we'll be getting first tower. So this is tough. So I would say this might be a nerf to Mundo because I think more often than not, the enemy team will be, in general, a little bit more aggressive than the Mundo team. So I think this is a nerf to Mundo, actually. But then you can buy tier 3 boots after the upgrade. The armor ones give you more armor and a physical shield. The magic resist ones gives you a magic shield. So armor ones, armor shield, or a physical shield. Magic resist ones gives you a magic shield, and the boots of swiftness increase your total move speed by 4%. This multiplies all other forms of movement speed. So this buffs the high move speed of Swifty boots. It buffs the additional move speed that you get from slightly magical footwear, which is one of Mundo's core runes. It buffs the move speed you get from Ghost, the move speed you get from approach velocity, the move speed you get from ultimate. So this is going to make us super fast, super fast, especially when we have Ghost and ultimate up. If we're running with Ghost and ultimate, this is going to make us super fast. So I personally think Swifties is going to be the move going forward. That's what I'm going to try to build is Swifties. Teleport is getting a huge nerf. Instead of appearing at your destination after 4 seconds, now after the channel, you now travel in a line as an orb from your current location to the desired location. So now instead of like a 4-second arrival time for teleport, it's going to be like 8 or 9 or 10 seconds. Huge nerf. And the enemy can kind of like see you, traveling and all that good stuff. I think that I'm going to be going Flash Ghost now, maybe Ghost Ignite. But it's possible that I end up coming back to Teleport, and it, becomes my main thing. Lane minions, they're changing it so that if somebody is disadvantaged in the early game, they don't get absolutely snowballed and crushed, which that's good for us. If Mundo's in a tough matchup, like a lane bully, Fiora, I don't know, Lilia, Illaoi, Aatrox, those champions now will be able to push fewer minions into our tower. So this is good because Mundo's kind of a passive character, but I think with this patch, Mundo might become a little bit more aggro. So we'll have to see how this turns out. They say that the minion changes are not actually going to feel different when you're like attacking the minions, so I think that's not going to change too much. Overall, I think that's basically everything. Overall, I think that Mundo is looking really, really interesting this season. I think that he has... I can try it again. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I just wanted to make a quick rundown of the Season 15, Season 2025 Noxus-themed patch that just dropped. Going forward, there have been a lot of changes, but only some of them really affect Dr. Mundo, so I just wanted to make a digestible, specific video that Mundo mains can watch and not have to really like read and translate all of the patch notes. Starting with the items. Heartsteel. Heartsteel is going to do slightly less damage on hit. 12% bonus HP from items. So if you have a Warmogs, which gives you 1,000 HP, that's 120 damage on hit, to 3% of max health. So if you have 3,000 HP, that's 100 damage on hit. So 120 to 100. Obviously, these will change as your health changes, but overall, I think it's going to be a little bit less damage, and you're going to gain less maximum health. I still think this is core on Mundo. I still think I'm going to be buying this first. I'll test some things, but I think Heartsteel is still core. Unending Despair. They gutted it. The armor is from 60 to 25. The health is from 40 to 350, and they're adding magic resist. So this is no longer a must buy. In fact, I may not buy it at all. But it does do the damage around you, and giving armor and magic resist is kind of nice. So it's kind of like you build Heartsteel, and then you can build this, and then you don't need any. And then it's like you're not just buying HP because you have a little bit of armor and magic resist. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I suspect it's not going to be very good on Mundo anymore. Warmogs has been hugely nerfed from 1,500 bonus. From giving you the passive when you have 1,500 bonus HP minimum, they're nerfing it. Now you have to have 2,000 HP for the passive to kick in. This is terrible. This alone is enough to not build Warmogs anymore, in my opinion. But they also nerfed the healing. This regenerates 2.5% max health every 0.5 seconds, so 5% every second. And this regenerates... And now it regenerates 3% every second. From 5% to 3%. So big nerf. And it doesn't give you move speed anymore. So I say Warmogs is dead. Unending Despair is dead. Heartsteel is going to be the move. I think Heartsteel into Titanic is going to be the move personally. Let's go over some of the other changes really quickly. Atakan is a jungle monster who is going to be spawning on either the top side or the bottom side of the map, depending on which one has had more bloodshed. Since Mundo is a pretty passive character, and, well, I play Mundo pretty passively, this usually means Atakan is probably going to spawn in the bot lane instead of the top lane, but sometimes it'll spawn in the top lane, and then that's a jungle monster that you have to keep track of. Voracious, one of these is the red one of them is the black one. Voracious Atakan buff gives you a one-time free respawn at base. If you die, you like don't die, and then you respawn at base. So that's Voracious Atakan. Ruinous Atakan gives your whole team 25% buffed epic monster buffs. So Dragon, Rift, Baron, those buffs get buffed by 25%. Ruinous Atakan gives you extra dragon buffs, basically. Voracious Atakan gives everybody on your team a one-time free respawn at base after you die. Both Atakans will be spawning Blood Roses and Petals. If you attack the Blood Roses, they drop Petals. If you pick up the Petals, it grants your whole team a little bit of XP and a little bit of Adaptive Force, which turns into AD for AD champions and turns into AP for AP champions. So gives everybody on your team a little bit more damage and a tiny bit of XP. The feats of strength for the boots, this is going to be tough for Mundo because Mundo is a pretty, well, I don't know about this season, but in the past, Mundo was a pretty passive champion, which means getting First Blood, First Turret, and first 3 epic monsters is something that Mundo would prefer not to have to compete for, I would say. So you're going to kind of have to depend on your team for that because Mundo doesn't really have the agency to get First Blood and First Turret. But those 3 things, First Blood, First Turret, and first three epic monsters killed. Those 3 tasks, if your team can get 2 of them before the enemy team does, then your whole team gets magic applied to their boots. The armor boots give you extra armor. Magic resist boots give you extra magic resist. Swifty boots give you extra move speed. Unsurprising. Plus, if you get 2 of those feats of strength before the enemy team does, then you can also later buy tier 3 boots after you have 2 legendary items. And tier 3 armor boots give you a physical shield. Tier 3 magic resist boots give you a magic shield. Tier 3 Swifty boots increase your total move speed by 4%. This is cool because this applies to all forms of move speed, which includes the high move speed already granted by Swifty boots, the additional bonus move speed that you get from the slightly magical footwear. It makes your boots a little bit faster. The move speed you get from approach velocity, which is one of Mundo's most popular runes, Ghost, ultimate move speed. All of this stuff gets buffed by 4%. This is pretty huge. So I think Swifty boots are going to be the best tier 3 ones to get for Mundo personally, because with Ghost and ult and these Swifty boots, you're going to be zooming for sure. Teleport is getting a huge nerf, so much of a nerf that I'm actually considering going Flash Ghost or maybe Ghost Ignite. But it may be that I'll come back to Teleport later. Anyway, for Teleport now, after the 4-second channel, you don't instantly appear at the location. After the channel now, from where you're already at, you now start traveling as an orb to your teleport location. So huge nerf. So now instead of getting there in 4 seconds, you're going to get there in 8, 9, 10 seconds. So it's like, I don't know. And the cooldown has not even been changed. So it's really, really strange. Huge nerf. People are going to be trying other stuff, especially me. The minions have been changed so that they don't crash as big waves into your tower if you're really, really behind in lane. So if you are being dominated by a lane bully like a Fiora or an Aatrox or a Darius, something like that, now they can't just kill you once and then kind of freeze the wave or like build a really big wave and crash it into your tower and get a lot of plates. They can't really do that anymore because the minions kill each other faster. But apparently for when it comes to champions themselves attacking minions, it'll feel about the same, is what they say. So we'll see how it works out. So this one, I'm not sure if it's a buff or a nerf. Though from where Mundo's at right now, I feel like kind of anything could be a buff. Yeah, that's all I got. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Just wanted to make this short video running down the patch notes. Really, really appreciate it. Catch you next time. All right, let me try one more time. What is up, everybody? I just wanted to take a quick moment. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I wanted to do a quick, short, easily digestible patch update video for the new patch 15, season 15. Oh, that's season 15. Season 15. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top experience. I just wanted to make a quick video running down the new patch notes for season 15, season 2025, the Noxian themed season patch that just came out. There's a lot of huge changes. Only a few of them directly affect Dr. Mundo, so I'm just going to hit those so that you don't have to read the whole list. First things first, Heartsteel, Mundo's core item. It's getting nerfed. It is now dealing a tiny bit less damage on proc. So 12% bonus HP. So if you have 1,000 bonus HP from Warmogs, that's 120 damage. They're changing it from that to 3% of max health. 3% of max health if you have 3,000 HP, that's 100 damage. So 120 damage to 100 damage. And the max health that you gain off of the proc also goes down. So big nerf. I still think it's core on Mundo, but we'll see. Maybe some other items will arrive. Maybe like a Bami's Rush will be, you know, good, and then you can go Titanic Hydra and then not build Heartsteel at all. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna play test. I think it's still gonna be core though. Unending Despair got absolutely gutted. The armor got shredded. The health got reduced. They added a little bit of magic resist. I don't think this is good for Mundo anymore. Warmog, well, it gives you armor and magic resist, and it gives you the damage AoE over time plus healing. I don't know. I just don't know if it's strong enough. Warmogs, huge nerf. Huge nerf. I predict no more Warmogs. I think that Warmogs is going to be done. I think Warmogs is out for now. So from 1,500 bonus HP, the threshold is now 2,000 bonus HP before the passive kicks in. That's not good. That's a huge nerf. It used to be regenerate 2.5 max health every half second, which is 5% max health every second. They changed it from 5% health every second to 3% health every second. And instead of kicking in after 6 seconds like it used to, it'll now kick in after 8 seconds. So huge nerf. I say get rid of Warmogs. Heartsteel, maybe keep. Unending Despair, get rid of. Warmogs, get rid of, in my opinion. Next, the Jungle Monster. Atakan is going to spawn in either the top side or the bottom side of the map, which depending on whichever one has more bloodshed. I predict, as a Mundo player who's pretty passive, that it's going to spawn more often in the bot side, so you don't have to worry about it that much, except maybe for a teleport play. But sometimes it'll spawn in the top side, and you'll have to synchronize with your team to kind of figure out how to deal with an additional jungle monster. There's two different forms. One of them is red, one of them is black. Voracious Atakan. When you kill it, everybody on your team gets a one-time freebie resurrection, but you appear back in base. So when you die, you appear back in base, and it's like you didn't die. That's a Voracious Atakan. If you kill that, everybody on your team gets that. Ruinous Atakan. If you kill it, everybody on your team gets 25% increase to all epic monster rewards. So dragon buffs, Baron buff, those get 25% boosted. Pretty good. Both Atakans are going to drop blood roses and petals. Blood roses around the rift, you can attack them. They'll drop blood petals. You pick up blood petals. If somebody on your team picks up a blood petal, it grants everybody on the team a tiny bit of XP and a tiny bit of Adaptive Force, which Adaptive Force becomes AD for AD champions and AP for AP champions. So you're giving your whole team a tiny bit of XP and your whole team a tiny bit of damage every time you pick up one of these blood roses things. Feats of Strength. So these are the new boots. You can have your tier 2 boots. They get enchanted if your team can win 2 of the 3 feats of strength. The 3 feats of strength are First Blood, First Turret, and 3 epic monster kills. First Blood, First Turret, 3 epic monster kills. If your team can get 2 of those before the other team gets 2 of those, then your tier 2 boots, your armor boots get 5 extra armor. Your magic resist boots get 5 extra magic resist. Your Swifty boots get 5 extra move speed. Plus, it allows you later to upgrade your boots to tier 3 boots, which are even stronger. Armor boots give you a physical shield. Magic resist boots give you a magic shield. Swifty boots give you a passive that increases your total move speed by 4%. This includes not only the high move speed granted by Swifty boots, but also magical footwear, which grants you like 15 additional move speed. It buffs that. It buffs approach velocity, which is one of Mundo's most popular runes. It buffs Ghost. It buffs Mundo Ult. So I suspect that if you can get the feats of strength, then Swifty boots are going to be your the best pick. But First Blood, First Tower, first to 3 epic monster kills. Mundo is not a very aggressive character early game, so First Blood and First Tower, it's going to be tough for Mundo to get those. So I suspect overall, Mundo is not going to benefit from feats of strength as much as other champions would, which essentially means that other champions will be able to make better use of it, which means it's a nerf to Mundo. So I think it's going to be a nerf. Teleport nerf. Huge, 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 huge nerf. So much so, I may start going Flash Ghost or Ghost Ignite. I may come back to Teleport later because it might just be too essential to drop. But now, instead of appearing at your location after a 4-second channel, now, after the 4-second channel, instead, you start moving as an orb to that location. So now, instead of getting there in 4 seconds, you'll get there in 9 or 10 or 11 seconds. That's a huge nerf. So I'm going to try out some more aggressive summoner spells and see how it works. The minions have been changed so that they don't crash into your tower as hard, which is pretty good because Mundo is subject to getting bullied sometimes if he gets killed by a lane bully. And that'll kind of preserve our tower plates and preserve our tower HP and stop us from getting dived. I don't know if people ever dive you guys in the top lane. But yeah, so... And that is all that specifically pertains to Mundo. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting. I'm going to... be theory crafting and putting it in the Discord. I'm going to be putting it in the Dr. Mundo Mains subreddit. So make sure you keep an eye on all that stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether, is Heartsteel still doable? Is Teleport still doable? Is Warmog still doable? I don't know. Some big changes. I'm going to try out Flash, Ghost, Titanic, Split Push, Mundo. I'm going to try an aggressive build. We'll see how it works out. Everybody else, let me know what you think. Love you so much. Mundo out. Cool. Test. I think my mic might have been off for that. It's unfortunate. So I'm just going to do that one last time here. All right, let's do this. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. I wanted to make a quick rundown video specifically geared towards Mundo mains about the new patch that just dropped, which is Season 15 or Season 2025, the Noxian-themed one. A lot of changes have been made, and not all of them affect Mundo, so that you don't have to dig through this entire patch notes. I'm just going to make this short video that you can refer to for most of the important changes that Mundo will be seeing this upcoming patch. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Mundo Top video. New patch just dropped, and this new season, Season 15 or Season 2025, the Noxian-themed one, has made a lot of changes. I wanted to make this short, easily digestible video for Mundo mains specifically so that you don't have to read the whole patch notes. So, first things first, I'm going to start with the items. So, Heartsteel, Mundo's core item, has been nerfed. The damage on hit has been nerfed. The max HP that you gain from proccing it has been nerfed. The nerfs aren't huge, but Heartsteel is definitely going to feel a lot weaker for Mundo, I think. I still think it'll be core. I still think it'll be rush, but I might try out some new items first and maybe like skip Heartsteel entirely. We'll see. Unending Despair. The armor has been gutted. The health has been reduced, and they gave it a little bit of magic resist. I think that this is just too weak now. Yeah. It still deals damage over time and heals you over time, so we'll have to see. I'll play test it and feel it, but it's definitely not the second item armor pickup that it used to be last season. Warmogs got hugely nerfed. The threshold for the passive kicking in was 1,500. Now it's 2,000. That is a huge nerf that won't make it viable until later on in the game. And the passive, which did 5% max health every 1 second, now does 3% max health every 1 second. So that's a big nerf. And now instead of kicking in after 6 seconds, it kicks in after 8. So I think I think Warmogs for Mundo is dead. I think you're not going to build Warmogs for Mundo. Heartsteel, yes. Unending Despair, maybe, but I think there might be better options. So those are the items. Next, new jungle monster, Atakan. It's going to spawn in either the top or the bottom side of the map, depending on which one has had more bloodshed. I suspect, since Mundo players are, Mundo should theoretically be a scaler, which means he plays passively in lane. Theoretically, there will be more bloodshed in the bot lane most games, so you won't have to worry about it too much. But sometimes it'll spawn topside, and then you'll have to synergize with your team to figure out how to handle a new jungle monster. There's 2 forms. There's a black one and a red one. Not sure which is which, but Voracious Atakan. Killing this one gives everybody on your team a one-time free respawn, get out of jail free card type of thing, where you respawn at base instead of respawning where you're at. So kind of cool. Ruinous Atakan, the other one. Killing it grants your entire team 25% boosted epic monster rewards. So Dragon buff and Baron buff, those get boosted by 25%. Pretty good. Both Atakans cause blood roses and petals to be dropped around the rift. If you attack a blood rose, it drops a blood petal. If you pick up a blood petal, it grants everybody on your team a tiny bit of XP and a tiny bit of adaptive force, which turns into AD for AD champions and turns into AP for AP champions. Next up, feats of strength. Feats of strength. This is the new boots. If you can accomplish 2 of the 3 feats of strength before your opponents, the 3 feats are first blood, first tower, first to kill 3 epic monsters. If your team can do 2 of those before your opponent's team, then their boots get a little bit boosted. So armor boots get 5 additional armor, magic resist boots get 5 additional magic resist, and swifty boots get 5 additional movement speed. Plus, later on in the game, you can upgrade your boots to tier 3 boots, which is crazy. And the armor ones give you a physical shield. The magic resist ones give you a magic shield. The swifty ones increase your total move speed by 4%. This includes not only the additional the high move speed from Boots of Swiftness, it also increases by 4% the additional move speed that you get from Slightly Magical Footwear, which is one of Mundo's core runes. It also increases your move speed for Approach Velocity, one of Mundo's core runes, as well as Ghost, his ultimate. So these are going to be super fast. You're going to be zooming with these new Boots of Swiftness. But I think that Feats of Strength is overall a nerf to Mundo. Because as a scaler, he plays pretty passive early, which means he's less often going to be getting first blood and first turret. So I think other champions will just be able to make a little bit better use of it. So as a passive scaling champion, more often than not, the opponent's team is going to be the ones getting those boots, unfortunately. Over 50%, I would say. Teleport is getting a huge nerf. The teleport nerf. Now, instead of arriving at your destination after 4 seconds, you arrive at your destination after 10 seconds. Because after the channel, you start traveling in an orb to the location. So now they changed the channel from 4 seconds to 3 seconds, but now after that 3-second channel, you travel for 4 to 8 seconds to your location. This is a huge nerf. I'm personally going to be trying Flash Ghost and maybe Ghost Ignite, see how those feel. It's possible that Teleport is too essential and that I'll have to come back to it, but this huge nerf definitely allows us to try out some more aggressive options and see how they feel. The lane minions. So they're changing the lane minions so that when you are getting bullied in lane, it's tougher for them to translate that into tower damage or a dive, because there's going to be fewer minions under the tower. This is pretty good for a passive champion such as Mundo, because it means... Well, actually, I'm not sure. Because also when you push a wave to tower, you also don't have as many minions to be able to get plates and stuff. But as a passive character, I think that this is going to be a buff to Mundo, because it means that he doesn't get smashed in lane early. He doesn't get smashed as much. Apparently, the feeling of farming the minions with your character, auto-attacking them and stuff, feels about the same, so that's not going to change too much. But the minions do a lot more damage to each other, which causes them to thin out a lot faster. I wonder how this is going to affect split pushing. I'm excited to see how these minions feel. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, everybody. I just wanted to make, quick little video. I think those are the main changes that affect Mundo. Let me know if I missed any. Let me know if you're going to keep running Teleport, if you're going to keep buying Heartsteel, if you're going to keep buying Warmogs, all of that good stuff in the comments. I'm going to make sure to post on the Dr. Mundo Mains subreddit, the Dr. Mundo Mains Discord. I'm going to be doing a lot of playtesting and uploading videos onto YouTube. You can follow me on YouTube at Mundo Top. You can follow me on Twitch at Mundo_top. And yeah, thanks for watching. Mundo out. Okay, that was a good one.